Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV, and it is time for a brand new season to kick off, and this one is the Energy Surge. I did the echo myself, in case you couldn't tell. My name is Lewpac, and I'll be guiding you through this evening's entertainment, and joining me, of course, is my main man, Shozen, and Bogul on the ones and twos, and I believe he's on the microphone as well somewhere.
Hello.
Guys, are we ready to surge?
I've definitely got a surge going on over here in Frostbite
spicy.
Mountain. We've got some entertaining content ready for you guys today. It is the Energy Surge season. It is Invasion Day. We had so many guilds kind of like fold midway through last season, and all these new guilds kind of reformed.
It was like a tower of cards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was like a simultaneous collapse. But I was told Reject Sanity was done, but in fact they're actually just rebranding to Reject Party, because I
heard that early on.
I'm seeing all of the same names.
Exactly. Yes, it is. So it's not exactly all the same names, because there's a group that kind of wanted to go and do its own thing. And then there's the group that became Madness, which was part of Reject Sanity, and the group that became Reject Party, which was part of Reject Sanity. And they're two different ones. They're under the same alliance now.
They're basically that shop that everyone has in their town. The one that's permanently got a closing down sale and then reappears. It's the exact same shop with a new name. Same people working there, same stuff for sale, brand new name. Does seem like that, but let's take it right back to the beginning and welcome you all to this Invasion Day stream. If you haven't seen an Invasion Day stream, you might be wondering what on earth is going on right now. Why is there thousands of people streaming out of the Black Zone portals right now and running around in huge forces? That is because every piece of land in Albion is up for grabs in the Black Zone, simultaneously on two timers, the EU timer at 1600 or 1800 rather, and the NA timer, which goes live at 0100. You'll be able to check that out this evening with Robin Hood and Shozen, but myself and Shozen are here for the EU portion. Now, first things first, we are running the show on a 15-minute delay so that we don't give away the position of everybody's armies, and you will see that a lot of people are just casually in 8-3. I don't even get excited by 8-3 anymore. I'm a GVG caster. These boys throw 8-3 at GVGs like madness. We just had the Crystal League Championship. 8-3 was raining down like dollar bills in a strip club. So it's not that exciting, but we don't want to get people's zergs wiped by telling everybody where they are. So we are on a 15-minute delay. So if you want to talk to us, and we encourage you to talk to us because we want to know where the fights are. We want to show your fights on the screen and talk about your successes or failures live in front of our audience. So the best way to get in touch is not to type in Twitch chat, because you're typing about what happened 15 minutes ago. If you have a fight confirmed and you want to get it on the big screen, the best thing you can do is whisper myself, Lewpac Cast, the Shozen One, or Bogul Host are the three characters in game, and we will hopefully be able to jump over and watch your fight.
Yeah, I've already got a couple of people letting me know what's going on. They do have us informed that they are looking for fights. No fights so far.
We were just discussing pre-stream, weren't we, Shozen? Sorry to jump in there. Like the size of these forces is getting bigger and bigger, and it's kind of drove us into this meta, which I like to call the do not zone into the enemy meta. Right?
That is a very good description of it. Nobody wants to be the one zoning in. You were telling me before that everybody kind of hangs out after the bubble range and gets ready to jump you as soon as you're available.
You split into like 2 or 3 blobs depending on the map. You sit at the edge of bubble range, and of course the enemy tries to take position, and you steamroll them. And then anyone that zones out and then gets cluster queued gets left behind, and they get killed as well. Gone very low here. I don't think Cynic's on a mammoth here. He's hitting Sag on the way out to the southeast. I'm on Gigante right now as they try and defend this door from a Sag flank. Waterfag, which is of course the Chinese guild, led by Big Banana, marketing themselves as a bit of a content guild this season, but it looks like the content is coming to them straight out the eastern door of Ronald Sink Castle, and I can already smell, you know, the broke boys on their way. They hear that people are fighting.
Yeah, we do have another fight over here on Na as well, so it is like we have a couple of fights going on now. Glowmire Grotto, the Send Alliance versus Reject Party and One Done. Yeah, it is on. We can watch from either perspective. As we do have a number of names from Reject Party.
Okay,
You know,
yeah,
I'm a fan. So
out front with his Grove Keeper. They're going for a bit of a tunnel fight here. One Done. This is going to be a nasty position for the fight. Booty Dragon up front. Is Dell on the field?
yes,
the whole thing.
I've been told he is. I'm trying to find him. I couldn't get to him.
El Negro is usually the caller for these guys. Another
not online.
I don't want to call them flavor of the month guild, but they are basically a flavor of the month guild. This is, you know, I always think that if a guild folded once, there was a reason for that. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, nasty engage on the choke. The Madness guy's got nothing done, and there's the counter, and all of those tanks got deleted, and this might actually be a breach here. Booty Dragon nearly goes down on the choke.
POV. Why this game just fell.
This is the breach. This is the breach. Like they're gonna take control of this choke. Nah, very aggressive here. He's does not have a nice block.
We do
what on
not.
earth was he thinking?
We're gonna have to switch POVs because I don't have a lot of Rang names, but we do have Angelique over there for Reject Party. We can check him out.
I mean, that was wild by now. I mean, if everybody breached, it's fine. Numbers wise, I don't actually see disarray here.
No,
for the One Done
well, that's
guys.
because they like.
Oh no,
it
there's
is
so
there,
many. He's got
so
many
level
buffs.
33.
So many buffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm very impressed with Rang's early output. They did collapse on top of a number of the front line.
I don't know
what
those six tanks were thinking though. They got deleted, right?
They got deleted. Yeah.
They had no need to engage there. Like you're on the island. You are the defensive position, right? You're not going anywhere. You're not getting bombed over the wall. Just chill. Just chill. The enemy will get impatient and push you. You're not going anywhere. You can't rotate. There's very limited options. So just jumping in with 6 tanks.
Well, I think honestly, the tanks didn't necessarily jump in as much as they didn't get enough defensive support right there on that one spot they needed.
If they had no business being on the bridge.
Taken down, well, I mean, they're like 3 steps on the bridge. I mean,
that's 3 steps too far, as I'm sure they're thinking.
There's a number of them who are dead there, and they can't be backing anybody up anymore because they died. And it's a bit on them. It's a bit on the defense, but I'm going to give it all to Rang for going in there and putting the damage down. Na did go in a little bit too deep, as he had, you know, the advantage there if he just kept playing on the choke and pushing his men through. But once you go that far past the choke,
energy
you're gonna
shapers.
Die.
Decent damage, and actually those energy shapers dismount the whole dismount those golems up front. But now that they know those big cooldowns are gone, but there is a second wave going. They're returning fire. But look at these heals. Look at these heals on the ranked front line. Not for those guys though. Those guys that die, they stand corrected. This guy's got a Hellion jacket, Mr. Danny. He's going to be okay.
So it looks like Rang has picked up a number of members of Elevate, and Reject Party has picked up a number of members of Blue Army.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're wondering where people are going, that is where what we're seeing here on the screen right now. Between
Rang and Broke Boys, you've got all of the hypers basically. Oh, send a bombing over the wall as well here. But these guys are holding, and Rang are getting whittled down on this choke. The problem is like if they can bait Reject Sanity into firing a big bunch of cooldowns, they have the overwhelming numbers. They can just full rush in. There's some big damage out front.
There's a third group,
and they're allowing it to go, but like it doesn't matter. Like why are they not returning on the choke? There's nowhere else.
Because there's a third group.
They can't be flanked. They're on an island. There is
not them. The send group is getting turned around because they keep seeing flashes of a third group over here. You have, it's not really that many, but it's enough to keep them. It's just looks like rats.
That looks like arch looters though. That's what I'm saying. But like
it's rage control.
Reject Party are not returning on this choke. Unless they were waiting for a full commit. They may be waiting for a full commit. There's the damage. Oh, there's some nice energy shapers. The defensives are coming for Rang, but they lose some people. And the problem is the guys behind them, this is what they needed to do, right? The guys behind them, when they see those guys at the front die, they need to not panic. They need to think, wow, all of the cooldowns are gone, and now we go. And here we go. We see the full push. The brave guys at the front. and the other guy's hanging back because they're scared they'll get one shot or whatever.
They are gonna
but
get one shot.
this is that. Oh, that is a huge clump down there. Is there any way to return the damage? It's actually a really good defensive position, but they have nothing left in the tank really.
Yeah,
the one done guys
through.
holding on the north. They need to just push all in. Right, because hiding off to the north, right, just means you die later.
You just
you
die
die later.
You're not helping out the situation. You have to put the damage out front, scare your opponent that they're the ones who are going to die. If you can put overwhelming damage up front, you will get them to turn. If you can get them to turn, you can hit their back end. If you can hit their back end, you might be able to win with lower numbers. If you sit in the back, in the top, and don't cast an E, you're useless. You're just a later corpse.
I mean, I would take the stance of it's actually just take as many of them with you as you can.
Right. Well, that's what you're trying to do by get that damage up front. You're going to get a few extra cycles in, even if it's hopeless. You know, like you think, oh, I'm going to die. Don't be the guy who dies not casting with full energy bar.
There we go. There's back to.
There is some action on Momono actually.
Is he finally, after going in circles? Have they finally got a big fight? They do. Broke Boys are in the middle of Nope. It looks like maybe routing them here in Flamog Desolation. Broke Boys probably the best geared Zerg I've seen today as well, bouncing around the average members. There seems to be a ton of 8-3 and Nope are finding this out. And this is the thing, right?
That's a lot of, that is a lot of 8-3 out there.
I mean,
good luck, Nope.
Gearing up heavily is fantastic, right? Because one person is one person, whether they're in 6-1 or 8-3. You get a lot of extra effect from one body if you massively gear up here. There's no cap in the open world, and it makes a hell of a difference. Especially when your whole Zerg is going Gucci. Like, you can really feel that. You know, it's just silly things, like your Locuses. Your Locuses have a lower cooldown. Your enigmatic shield for more. Your healers heal for more. Like everything. Your tanks are tankier. Everything is better when you have IP. And when you mass spam it across a whole Zerg. Like I remember the original Elevate Zerg on the season they won. They had the same sets of 8-3 for so long because they barely took any casualties for ages. Until there was like one fateful time when Syndic pincered them. Like with all of the PoE guilds and wiped them. Like they got themselves into a situation they couldn't get out of basically, and they finally lost those sets. And they didn't really gear like that ever again. But it carried them so hard because it was already good players then having an IP advantage.
And they often had the advantage with disarray as well.
Yeah.
Like when they would fight in the open field, they're generally fighting uphill. They're fighting against larger numbers often, and it wasn't until we really saw the complete splitting of the alliance into 5 or 6 groups here.
Oh, this is a lot
really
of
started
so this
to
is a
take
lot
advantage
of
that disarray and the numbers.
A lot of dudes zoning in here now. Giganti out front. The Broke Boys are about to clap the door.
They're gonna clap that door. They're
but
gonna
a lot of those guys
kills.
have a shield. They just used everything on some guys with shield here.
Yep, they did. Well, they took down a couple.
I think there was a few deaths, but
bodies.
it did look like the majority of them had shield. And
yeah, they did. And now the return is going to come, and it is real. They did walk into PvE here as well.
Yeah.
Hit from the backside, and that's going to slow them up and allow the PoE guys to get some free shots and see if that takes anybody down.
That was really like
the group looks healthy.
I would have said that was a little bit undisciplined, honestly. They could have waited like a little bit and then absolutely.
Well, they've got one right here.
Now they're coming in.
This is going to be very effective if they can rush over the top. What is this? Are they running back for
a little bit hesitant, I think. Oh no, there's so Sun is coming in from behind them here. And this is a nasty little wall actually to be sandwiched on, and here comes some casualties for Broke Boys, and they are in a tiny little cliff. They're going to push into Sun here. It's only a small group of Sun flanking them here, so they should be able to run this PoE2 group over very, very easily. And this is where they need to keep on the move, right? Because they've got PoE to the west hounding them. They took some casualties, and the problem with taking some casualties is like your comp starts to fall apart.
Yeah, and that gets rough. Once you start losing those tanks or those support players,
I mean,
you don't have any locusts left. Oh God!
Everybody builds their Zerg like, around the comp that they like to ZVZ with. Oh, and here's some OC breaking as well. That's a really unfortunate timing for some people. And here's Pogo over the top. They're going to try and shoot over this wall here. That's going to be a nice little angle actually to get a couple of kills maybe. Oh, they get reflected on.
They got reflected on.
Someone did a nice demon armor there and did a lot. Didn't kill the energy shapers. But they forced them off, like you said. But this is always fun to watch, right? It's always fun to watch a very skilled geared Zerg kite between tons of enemies. Because these guys will get a nice body count. That was a good engage by Musket, just slowing them up here. Giving the intel to his Zerg. There's an energy shaper trying to shoot across them as they push in. Here comes the surge. But these guys have to fight on multiple fronts. They have to watch every angle right now. Because they cannot stop. They cannot stop for loot. They cannot stop for a fight, right? They need to kill as much as they can with each engage and keep moving. Because the minute they stop for 30 seconds, they just get surrounded on. The only way to play this is to just keep moving, keep turning, keep switching sides, keep kiting.
Yeah, when you have multiple forces on the field against you, you have to keep them as much on one side of you as you can. You're going to have to move through other groups, the smaller groups, pick the weaker force, run through them. Whatever you can do to keep those separate alliances together in one group. So that if they try to collapse on top of you, they have to basically friendly fire themselves. Anything you can do to use that to your advantage, the better.
Again, a few little kills on stragglers now, but it looks like PoE are just going to zone out and try and pull them into a zone where they can surround them. Or wait for reinforcements. Like a big wave of reinforcements from either side could be a game changer.
Absolutely. I don't know what One Done has here, or who are these guys now? Give have for their alliance. I think this might be all of them. They do have a massive D-bus, as we said, at 44. Yeah, that's pretty significant.
It's just the Broke Boys Guild 1 and 2, and then a couple of holding guilds for guild names or something, I believe. So yeah, nothing crazy right now. But like all of these numbers are Broke Boys.
That's impressive. Well done.
A lot of them didn't OC for that fight, but some did. And when they OC'd because they thought they were getting that fight earlier, that kind of caused them some problems. And they're actually going to go for the boss team here. There's a Nope boss team on the tower who are about to have a bit of an unfortunate time and gonna
have a bad time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Nope, for some reason, had a golem on there. Why on earth did they have a golem on the tower, I wonder? Because this guy... All right, we're going to see our first battle mount kill of the day. There may have been more, but we're going to see our first one. And Mono, he knows that battle mount's so dead, he doesn't even need to watch. Like, he doesn't even need to go... He doesn't need to watch it die because he knows it's dead.
Yup.
Job is done. And then they're gonna go for the Zerg on this boss. Don't like that though. I'll be honest. Like they're potentially trapping themselves on the platform here. If PoE decided to start surrounding them, don't know if they will. No, there's more Broke Boys zoning in. I don't know where Syndic's force is. Whether they're doing their own thing. They're in Flammable Fork. That was Desolation, wasn't it? We were just in.
Mm-hmm.
But they're only one zone or a couple of zones away. Syndic and his boys are, it looks like, spreading out to go and cap some other stuff. Was it Valley they were in? No, Broke Boys are in Fork. Yeah, so like, on the off chance, if an enemy zoned in en masse, the guild that needs to be kiting around would find themselves up on a platform, like, trapped, you know? And look how little this 8-3 Zerg does to the boss, by the way, Shozen. Look at the HP on this boss. It's got
Is it getting tickled?
It's got a full 8-3 Zerg on, but it gains so much resistances.
Oh, God, that's
ridiculous. In fact,
I think this is gonna kill some guys.
I think it reset.
Yeah. Ouch. Ouch, Lewpac. I always say you gotta just have yourself like some people in your group who can PvE.
Yeah.
Like they don't necessarily have to be spec'd out specifically for PvE. But
like, bearing in mind, boss team gets this done in 3.5 minutes. I saw my first flags pop at 3.5 minutes, Shozen.
And you can be safe. You can be safe while you do it. Uh-oh, why this game?
Well, I don't know. That no boss team didn't feel that safe, I would say.
No, they didn't. Well, I'm saying when you have this size force, right?
Yeah.
You can do it with this size force. Keep your guys from getting attacked by the NPC. Throw in the correct amount of guys at the mob. Take it down in 3 to 5 minutes. And not have to worry about getting 6 or 7 people knocked down and having a higher repair cost.
Yeah.
Or a potential break when your overcharge goes off.
Gotta stop are out and about. Doesn't look like they're having much action though.
We have why this game, the One Done group, Reject Party, is about to engage with some fallen wolves of Arch.
Okay.
My alliance, Arch.
Sand Mount Escar. Okay. Oh yeah, I see the Arch up the hill now. Fallen wolves trying to take the high ground. Learning from Star Wars there, I think. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the high ground master. Why this game decides not to push in as we're trying to spectate him. Here he goes. Here comes the fall. Oh, the wolves caught on this hideout. Some deletion up there. A few guys hiding up on this corner. Gonna get Judy helmed and controlled. It does look like the Arch guys are gonna be swiftly. They're stuck on this platform. There's no way down from this platform, I believe. It is a dead end. Dead being the key word here. And Tarek here on his beetle, his flanked beetle is moving in. I don't think that's a good idea, bro.
You know, we haven't seen is
what?
Any of those other beetles. The phalanx.
The old no, that's what he's on one now. Look
I didn't see
he's
it.
He's dying on it now.
Who are you on? Oh, okay. I'm not on you guys. Yeah,
I'm on Why This Game.
Why This Game again? Yeah.
Yeah, Why This
I'm back
Game's on
over on the guys over here who are taking down the PvE. They're still at it over here.
Yeah, so there goes the
boys. It's gonna take a while. Sorry about that.
Tarek, the Arch flank is
beetle,
gonna die. Yeah, he dead.
Well, that's one less I get to steal from Arch. Damn it.
Playing the long game, are you?
Well, I'm only going to be doing Phalanx Beetles while I'm in Arch. Just doing ZVZs and running around in a Phalanx Beetle.
Well, lucky that wasn't you then. That could have been you on another day.
It could have been me.
You know?
Well, I'm playing with Nemesis. You know, they are...
Okay.
They're fairly skilled for Arch. You can go see what they're doing.
Tons of PoE, not fighting anyone, as is tradition on reset day.
Well, they run around together to make sure that they keep each other company, because they're not going to run into anybody else. If they can all hang out together, they will get, some fun. Okay, we have Rang versus Nemesis over here. I'm on Seed. I'll type that in chat so that you guys know how to spell it. That is the great musician Seed, GM of Nemesis, member of Arch.
Yeah. Well, he's ex-Arch.
Well, he's still like they are the Arch sister alliance.
The good ones. They're the good ones.
They're the good,
they're the good ones that don't want to be debuffed by the Arch. I want to use a word that isn't shitters, but right here, this seems like the most
noob. No, they've been playing for 4 years. How do you describe somebody who's been playing for 4 years and still is in 6 flat?
Well, I mean, Seed is in 8-3, but they're up against...
He's a Nemesis. He's an ex-Arch. These guys have worked their way through Arch out the other side.
They're up against one of our Flavor of the Month guilds, though, which is never fun, for anyone. Yep.
No, you get a lot of really good players in those flavors.
Hype guilds are at their strongest when they've just formed, because they have these mad CTAs with these mad pulls, and everyone brings their Gucci and gets all excited.
Spirits are high early in the season. They all believe they have the chance to win.
This is the one. This is the one that breaks the handhold. This time, they tell themselves copium. Then just chilling up there. Value as well. Who's Value in the Send Alliance?
I don't know. They're new?
Okay.
Maybe not. They're new to me. They're new to my view. I don't want to call guilds that I haven't seen necessarily.
Is there only one choke? There's another angle.
There's another way they can come around. They have to sweep around.
Why is Arch an X-Arch?
There's Just for Fun is on the other side.
That's where you want to send the X-Arch.
So they're on the eastern side, and they're on there's 2 flanks into this position, into where the hideout is.
Someone just needs to go in.
Nobody wants to come down from the north position because you have worse view. So they'd rather hang out next to each other where they can coordinate the alternating pushes.
I think
instead of having to deal with the lower view. Yeah.
The other side.
And here they go.
Here goes the first
that's what just happened.
The...
As soon as you saw Rang push through into more of the Arch and start following Arch up, that gave the opportunity for X-Arch to push in over the top of the offensive line of Rang.
And they need to 1-2. They have the numbers. They need to make sure that they don't let Rang just wait for the next round of cooldowns. They need to hit them. Like, there needs to be a second wave after the first engage when Rang has no cooldowns. Because right there, they all pop, like the frontliners pop their ice blocks, the enigmatics came down, the locusts came down, everything came down. And if a second group now goes, they're in trouble. But instead, they just stood there, wait for Sen to get cooldowns. They have the counter now. This has to be their counter, and it has to be a meaty one. I think if just for fun are dead on the north, they should probably just take the north with this X-Arch group. They seem like they're packing a punch. It did look like, so maybe they can make something happen. They do have the mighty pussy magician 420. Big fan of his work.
Yeah, I've seen him before. I was
chatting with him. That's a nice engage by Seed, but like his DPS
the other day.
His DPS are barely finding the target, and I see so many Sen guys get out of there with like 1 HP or like
the
20
Nemesis
HP,
guys didn't get out of
bar.
there with any HP. Those guys are dead. No, they died.
And they're probably going to get hard counted on.
Yep, here it comes. It's going to come steaming down the hill. 3 guys die instantly because nobody anticipated the counter.
Their timing was good though. They pulled back nice and early, but just some people were staying to check bodies, and they died. They got what they deserve, Shozen, I'm gonna say. And here they're gonna try and kill these tanky guys, right? They're gonna try and kill these ones that are pushing out into the other force, right? But now see these arch to the east. This is where they go now. They go hard and they can wipe them now, but they don't. They just hide off screen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We have another fight on top of Reject Party. Why this game is currently engaged on the other side of this in Frostbite Mountain against more X-Arch.
Do you want to go over there? Because this
I think they just wiped it. I think, honestly, this was just a massacre over here. If you want to look at the very end of it, you can see these guys were not prepared for one dun to come through the back and just mess them up. I'm going to go check out Eskimo, see if he has some content. I was told that he had some as well. Let's see what that is.
There is some action on Ferrim as well from Exile. They are fighting.
Yeah, this arch group is just being farmed by Send here. They're not really utilizing their multiple waves in any way. It seems like the awful company and just for fun guys are playing super timid. Like X Arch get full engaged on, and then regular Arch doesn't go. It's kind of painful to see at this level. Where do you want to go? Eskimo?
No, he does not have a fight. His was just reinforcements came in and pushed his guys out. This is the Navy guys that I've seen around just a little bit. They're a smaller group. I would say they bring about 20 to 30 on a reset with RMADA Alliance. I don't recognize them, but we do have this continuing fight on top of Seed, as it's just been a massacre. That just collapsed in right over the top of him. Nemesis had many guys dropping. Yeah. And great re-engagement, though, by Arch coming in from the east onto Rang.
Did
really
they kill
just
anyone
saved the guys from Nemesis.
Did they kill anyone, Shozen?
I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lone dude with no alliance over there? Magicist? Okay.
Seed has got... he's lost half his group. And one of their lizards is down to 1 bar of HP as well. Lord Biggles needs to be very careful here. Not to get this mountain on his lizard.
Biggles needs to get back.
Send is coming out. Send is about to send it, by the way. They're going to occult out. They're going to grab the claps, and the Nemesis guys are just going to get deleted. And they're just going to scatter because they feel that giving up the choke... Oh, no, that's why they're scattering, because Rang has arrived. Rang has zoned in, cluster queued, and X-Arch are... not long for this world right now. Every exit is hostile.
They are doing the wrong thing right now. When you are running back and forth between 2 exits that are both full, you're doing it wrong.
Oh,
actually, they might be. I think they might be going in to hit this on the side.
Momono and Syndic are quite close, by the way, in curve and fount.
Okay, let's see what's going on with Momono.
Does look like.
Oh.
This tower's already gone.
What's going over in Frostbite?
The next tower's already gone. Syndic's doing some PvE on a mammoth.
All right, I'm gonna...
Broke boys are closing in.
You keep an eye on that. I'm gonna keep an eye on Frostbite Mountain over here. We have a cluster queue updating in 10 seconds. I want to see what happens. Okay, never mind. It just looks like it's
more
an arch
Rang
chase.
zone in. Yeah, more Rang zone in and everybody runs.
Well, it's no Rang is no, it's not Rang. It's one done and Reject Party currently collapsing on top of Arch.
Oh, okay.
And we can actually, if you want to check out, any of the guys from Reject Party, Angelique is the current shot caller.
Okay.
I don't. Now they're gonna mount up. Yeah, it does look like Arch ran out. In one side, Seed does look to be posting up versus Rang on the other side.
Okay,
We'll
let's
see
see.
if
Let's
they,
see.
uh,
Let's
get
see if
some
that
fight.
kicks off because that was. They definitely want
there
a
is
bit
a
of
fight
revenge.
there. There is a
Okay.
huge fight here in the center of the map. I do not have a name though. Guga 193.
I'm on Seed. He's looking to get
Yeah,
some of
he's
these
very
Send
far
guys
away
who are
from this
looting.
fight. Like
He's
the
about
fight
to
is in
wade
the
in.
center.
They've just
Okay.
dismounted on the center and they're about to charge in behind some Send guys. I'll see what's going on down here. Maybe get him on a second camera.
Yeah, I'm onto Seed now. The top fight is it's a run.
Yeah,
like
but
they're
they're
just
about to get
sprinting.
hit hard in the back if they're not ready for this. There's the defensives, and this actually could be pretty juicy if they can follow it up with a DPS before the
That was
defensives
really well
come
done.
down.
Very,
That was
very
nice.
poor defensives. The defensives were where the damage was, not where it is. Now let's see
Yeah.
what Rang can do on the return. Not a lot of guys fell for Rang, just a couple. But the return is brutal and swift. These guys do know how to use their offensive skills. Their E's always land.
And that just full wipe those ex-arch guys. The few that they lost were quickly avenged. Actually
I
lagged
don't
my
think that
game
they're
up
full
completely there.
out here. It looks like
I mean,
they're going to be
Seed's down to
turning.
5 in his group. They are trying.
Yeah,
they are trying to
he
throw
only
some
had
damage.
like 10. He didn't have a lot.
They are trying to throw some damage out, but I think it's full run
Yeah,
amount.
it's
Up.
okay.
Oh nope. Says Dip. Our friend
Hey,
there.
Dip.
He's like
Good to
just
see
gives him a
Dip.
little tickle. Yeah, they that was the flank was there, but it didn't work out for them. I'll be honest.
No. I mean, it could have been worse.
Oh, who's this zoning in? Some more dudes from Newbie.
Newbie, yeah, Newbie. I've been told they're out today. They're gonna try to make an impact. A lot of the Rhodes guilds are getting out there now that they don't have to worry about the lock and losing their home bind in the roads.
Yeah,
It's a real pain in the ass.
they can have a laugh now
You're
and
right.
join in the fun.
Well, it's a real pain in the ass when you try to go out and bring, like 40 people to the black zone because you have to go through a portal city. You can't really do it
7
from,
at a time.
Yeah, you're not going to do it 7 at a time over the course of 4 hours, right?
I mean, have you ever seen a Rhodes hideout siege?
Yes, I hate it. I really hate it.
People spend legitimately
Yeah,
6
yeah,
hours
I'm-
taking control of
it's
the
not
zone,
okay.
and then they have to log off there for 5 days. It's like if you thought hideouts, if you thought hideout fights were AIDS, like a Rhodes hideout siege is next level try hard sometimes.
I don't know about that, Lewpac. At least there's a cure for that.
Here we go. Where they actually went back to the scene of their death before, just to see if there was any loot on the floor. But as you can see by all the pest lizards running around, there wasn't a lot left. And some Rang guys just looking a clap. I mean, it does seem to me that the Send Alliance could fight Broke Boys and get pretty good content because they both seem to have tons of people with good gear. I imagine that would be a banger fight. But they won't do that. Do you know why?
Why?
Because that's just what Syndic wants.
Let's head to Dominant.
That would be Syndic's
Envy.
dream.
Yeah, Envy is on the field right now.
Okay.
The Envy Alliance, that
Huge
is
numbers, by the way.
China
for
order.
Surf.
Oh, they're doing really good when it comes to massing people lately. I really hope that they put a dent into the Arch Empire, just because I want to see the fights. I think those two groups would
claps
have
there,
a really
but
good
no DPS.
war.
Envy trying to hold this choke. They're going to have to return something on the bridge. Otherwise, they're
I
just
don't
going
think
to
there's
get
anything.
full
Yeah,
push.
there's nothing to return onto that bridge right now. They are pushed back from the bridge.
Oh, they've got
But what
Envy
they
to the
do is
north,
people
though,
coming
yeah.
over the top here, and that's what's going to drag the attention away from the bridge, allowing those guys on the bridge to come and hit from the backside if they're quick and they read this very fast. If they don't read it, they've just wasted a very, very good.
It was only a few flankers. I don't
But hey, that's
even
all
think...
you need.
Well,
if you
yeah.
can get them to give you space so that you can get across the bridge, that's what you need. But they didn't take advantage of that moment, and now the numbers from Tidal are going to come sweeping across that bridge
This is actually going to be
and
a full
crush
bridge
you.
push, I think. The other blob, by the way, is Pla Alliance. I'm not sure, but Envy don't have very good numbers the other side of this bridge. I think if they just decide to full push it, it's going to be a wipe. And here it comes. They're going to have one shot to do enough DPS to drive them back. The counter engages from the Groves go in. There is some DPS going out, but the Enigmatics are already in place. And therefore, look at where the Enigmatics and the Locusts are coming from. They're coming from the far side of the bridge, and hardly anyone is going to die. Some Glacials doing damage, though. But that was the cooldowns. And they actually used that cooldown opportunity to try and dip. They were like, right, we're going to drop.
We got this.
Try and push them back, and then everybody spreads south and mount up. So now it's just going to be what do you call it? A little fight. So this is China Order is like Envy is the Black Order alliance, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I haven't seen them around yet though. Hopefully we will see them.
Well, Shiro has a character in Broke Boys, right?
Okay, it's
not uncommon. It's not uncommon to have alts in different guilds for different content, but when it's your guild leader though.
Yeah, well, especially when it's a hype guild. You see a lot of people jump to hype guilds to get in on the fun and then start their thing, but you don't want to see an alliance leader in another alliance.
You don't want to see your alliance leader in the hype guild.
Well, here's Phoenix. Actually, as we say that, here's Phoenix. I was going to say Magic Mark probably doesn't like seeing that, but if Phoenix is on the field here with their own alliance, maybe they can make something happen. I think they're going to be completely outnumbered, though.
They don't have the
especially
numbers
without
to fight
Black
this.
Order and the Envy Alliance collapsing in at the same time. I'm really worried 1603 is going to get slammed. I'm on Dominant
that's going to be
right
a
now.
nice pick on the bridge.
That is...
And here comes the rest of them. Yeah, everyone
thank you
on
for
that
coming
bridge,
back,
guys.
Phoenix.
Wow.
It was nice seeing you.
They got sandwiched on that bridge.
They got destroyed.
Holy, that was clean.
Season 11 winners. Good job.
Season 11 winners of Black Order, I believe.
Yeah, but the Phoenix was in Black Order at that time, so I still give them the credit for it.
I still just think that they're Black Order.
Yeah, well, they are the English-speaking group that plays inside of Black Order, but as you can tell, we ain't seen any Black Order today, and Shiro's off playing another group. So if you're Magic Mark and you want to make a comeback, do you want to do it with a absentee alliance leader?
Nah, you want to start your own thing. And Mark's a good guy. He's a motivator. He'll get the people going. Broke Boys are fighting Arch Albion Choppers, I believe, in Battle Break Grasslands. If you want to jump to a mono.
Seed is still going at it too over there against Rang right now for round 4.
Those guys,
we missed round
are 3. Gluttons for punishment.
They just keep going at it. It's really one-sided too. Like these guys keep regrouping, going right into the heart of Rang and getting slapped. I like seeing it. Good job, Seed. Good job, Nemesis. You guys are really living up to your name.
And Momono, they're gonna go for the Zerg, the tower down in Battle Break Grassland. These guys are like grabbing a few towers I think just to promote some content, just to get people to launch on them and maybe get some more fights.
Oh, absolutely. I think that these guys are the kinds of players that want to get into content. They want to fight. They want to get somebody out there on the field against them, win, lose, or draw.
TikTokers. I see TikTokers everywhere. They're back to doing what they do best. And Madalena from the Albion Choppers, I know that guy well. He's going to get caught on the way out and looted up. He was carrying 117 rough logs for whatever reason, Shozen.
That's a lot of rough logs.
I don't know why. At this point, I'm afraid to ask why he's carrying 117 rough logs, but apparently he is. Syndic is also going for some Zerg PvP, which is... Syndic's playing Locust. Just...
Okay. That's pretty good.
Saying. Maybe... Well, I mean, Locust is a good weapon. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but... Usually he would call for his Zerg, but maybe somebody else calling for it here.
You can still call from a Locust position. That's where, we used to see... I think it was King Mojo called from the Locust position for a very long time.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I stand
when the Locust first
corrected.
became a ZVZ norm.
Staple,
like when it started coming into every ZVZ and you needed it, it was really good for the shot callers to have because they could stay in the center of the action and see both the offensive push and the defensive stand.
Surely might have some action soon.
If you want to go to, let me put the name in here for you guys, Jump Masters, real quick. Then we can just give an example of, because we've seen a bit of zerging, right? We can just give a quick example of a PvE team, specialized PvE team. Double bolt casters, bow, healer, and an incubus mace. These guys, you know, these guys will show you like how quick these bosses can go down. The majority of the boss damage actually isn't done by weapons either. That's why zerging isn't great, because the majority of damage comes from bringing the adds. I don't think these guys know, though. The Eclipse guys, I don't believe, know the strategy right now. You have to bring the adds to the boss. When you kill them, they explode. And when they explode, they do a bunch of damage to the boss. So I think these guys aren't quite sure of the tactic here, because they are bolt castering the boss, ignoring the ad, and all of the damage comes from the ad. Like,
yeah,
what
you want to do is get the damage on top of the boss, but not on top of your team.
Pull him onto the thing. Here we go. When he blows up, you'll see that the boss loses like 25k health. Do that 6 times and you win. Oh, is he in range? Oh, they got it. Okay, he was just in range that time. Do you reckon they noticed? Or do you reckon we're gonna see it again?
We'll see it again.
Like I don't think they realize that he has to be on the boss. A Dubar can just run him onto the boss. Well, they're gonna be here till NA reset if they don't. I think they're gonna hand over the sun here. Probably for the best, Shozen. Probably for the best. Any other fights going on then?
Not that I can see right now. I'm currently hopping around between a number of players, and the regulars are starting to log off.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. A lot of people.
A lot of them are in chat right now on our show.
Calling it a reset. We didn't see any mammoths drop today. First time in a long time. Haven't seen mammoths dropping.
No, we didn't. Yeah, that's true. Just a couple of beetles.
The only time I saw mammoths as well, actually, was when there was overwhelming forces. People tend to have mammoths. Like the normal forces weren't really running them. Like even a lot of like old mammoth riders, like Syndic doesn't run them anymore. I think he prefers to be on foot.
I see him on both. It seems like he's been mixing it up. It was for a while we saw him not on mammoths. I would say for a couple months, even for about 2 months, and then he was back on the mammoths the last few times I've seen him. So,
okay, he does love a mammoth. They're good though, because we always say you can't die instantly in an engage on the mammoth. So you always have like as a shot caller, it's nice to never be getting clapped, because a lot of guilds like without their main caller, like he gets caught out of position, clippity clap, and suddenly your Zerg's not the same without that main guy. Right, we've always said that. There's a lot of these guys, right? You know, like a Dominant or a King Mojo or like a Big Banana. If they go down, sure, there's backup callers, but it's not the same. Like people don't fight with that conviction as they do for their main caller, and it's the same in a lot of ZVZs. Quite often we've seen like callers that die immediately jump onto like another tank's live stream on Discord and keep calling from there rather than run back. Just
question is why this game on Reject Party friends with Arch?
No.
Well, on why this game and Frostbite Mountain, there is a big group of Reject Party and a bigger group of Arch.
Okay, well we might be getting a tower defense kind of one. And honestly, why this game and the Reject guys, they have this tower, which is a huge advantage. Even though it's only level 1, the guards are still annoying, right? Like 4 or 5 of the guards. Well,
they're just annoying at level 1. Let's be honest. Unless you really screw up, they shouldn't be killing your healers.
No, but like, okay, so the thing is when you'll hit loads of them, right? When loads of people hit the guards, they get the Zerg buff, and then they become so tanky that you can't commit the resources to kill them in the middle of a fight. So, like, okay, they're not, like you said, they're not going to go and murder your healers like level 8 guards would, but they're constantly there nibbling at you, and you can't really do anything about it, because the minute you commit anything big, you're going to get rolled over. Here comes the engage through the meadow. I don't know why
Nemesis once again. Nemesis being real active today. Way to go, X-Arch.
Are these guys that are caught going to survive, though? I think most of them survive. One Reject Party corpse in there. But this is a flood from all sides. They do have the tower.
They're going to lose some over the top here. Lewpac, that is a big group that's going to die over to the east and the top there. I think you're going to see at least 6 deaths from that. Well done. Actually, the counter was beautiful, and I think they evened that out. Well done. I think it was 3 apiece. Yeah, really.
And they're gonna kite through the
counter
guards.
was over the wall.
They're gonna kite through the guards and just.
Or they're going right into the fallen. They might be going right towards the fallen over here. The small group to their east. Nope.
If it's like they're going back into the meadow, there's a little fake there, and these Nemesis guys are gonna die. The Brimmies are coming down. There's a Locust death in there as well, which is always, but like you called that earlier. Locust deaths are very painful. Enigmatic deaths are very painful, and if you run out of tanks, you simply can't fight anymore. So this is a non-cluster queued fight as well, I believe, which is always nice to see. Although unless maybe my map hasn't updated.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a cluster queued fight here. Oh, Momono going back out. Okay.
I like this. These guys are just bouncing. These guys are just bouncing to and from, like one side to the other, forcing anyone that wants to come in to come through guards. You know, they like if they take the opportunity to start clearing a few guards, it just gives you time fighting the other flank. And Arch might not want this meat grinder. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like they're mounting. They're even mounting up and trying. Whether it was a fake,
they just got deleted.
Oh my goodness, that was clean. That was clean. And these guys are just pulled back to the tower. Oh, there's a lot of Arch to the east though. A lot of Arch to the east, and Toxic Justin is on top. He could get a huge Camland catch here. Nice stun. Lovely stun onto Toxic Justin. He was about to engage, get the catch, and set something up for his DPS to not follow up on, as is tradition. But they just stunned him. They just chain stunned him, and he couldn't get anything off. And this is just like it's like hit and run, isn't it? This is guerrilla warfare right now. Poke your head out, get the clap, straight back to the tower. And I don't think there's any backup here for these guys. It's just them versus any Arch in the zone, and that's a huge Camland with no defensives. And it's just like these 10-man clumps. Here comes the flank finally. Look at that Grail Seeker though. That was Tree Smoker, I believe that was. Tree Smoker, okay. With a disgustingly good Grail Seeker there to protect his boys. And this timing is going to be awkward. If Arch try now to force this, like they do have cooldowns, but if they try and force this choke, they're going to get rolled on. And I think these guys are actually going to use this cooldown to just go back out onto the looters. And the looters. No. Oh, there is damage though. There is damage, but look at this.
That's how it works. Oh.
This is the thing, like the rejects party defensives and heals are so much better.
What is he doing on that beetle?
Tarek, he already lost one earlier. This is the guy that lost it earlier.
Oh, don't do, that's not how you please don't.
Oh, and now backups arrived. Madness have arrived. One done. I've got reinforcements, and this is going to be nasty now. This is going to be fun if you're in reject party. I'll put it that way. For Arch, it's gonna be frustrating. I'll be honest. Like all you need to win this is people that are willing to just go in deep, and these guys never go in deep, right? Arch Zergs famously, like, they see the front 5 die and they all just panic, right? Instead of thinking, right, we lost those 5 guys, there's nothing we can do about that, but we know they haven't got cooldowns now because they just expended resources. Instead, they're like, people dying. Do I run away or do I click the loot? 50-50. And look, why are they not pushing in from the southeast now? Like, the call should be they're fighting us in the pumpkin patch. Push in now. But they're too busy looting their allies. I can see them. Can you see them at the corner of the screen, Shozen? They're down there. They're down there.
Yeah, they're just sneaking around there. They're going to get something. God. They're going to get clapped.
Respawn Kings is this guild. Oh, there's a dead reject party. Nice they did get one of them. It's a nice Camland.
Uprising King is here as well. Okay.
Madness taking a beating here on this west. But we've got reject party with full cooldowns about to come in. They're actually going to ping pong again. I love this. Like, I love this hit and then come across, because they know that the Arch Zerg is slow to react. They know that they're disorganized when they're flanking. Like, they just got so much space to go back and forward, and they're going to go for a mount catch here to the south. You ready?
Let's see it. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a sprint in, and they're just going to try and catch a few.
They're just going to catch a few of them
five,
here. Let's
six,
see.
And a race car.
Are they going to get the race car? No, the race car has to know to move. The race car
Arch,
has
Arch
to know to move.
Arch can come in through the meadow now. Finally, right, some people actually committed from Arch here. And this is their moment.
Okay, race car
this
going
is their
in.
moment.
Oh,
yes!
that's effective.
They did it. See what happens when you commit?
Yeah, like that was, hey, the Beetle's still alive.
I mean, they could have done that. They could have done that before they lost like 100 people.
Yeah, maybe. Let's not. You have to observe to learn, Lewpac. Some of these need to see it for the first time. That when you go and you grab the bags, you're going to get clapped. When you move in all together, you do the clap.
Oh, that was a really poor engage from Reject. They only got the tanks. The tanks ice blocked up, and they are really vulnerable now. If Arch do the same again, they could do some real work right now. But they're not gonna. They're gonna chill. They're gonna chill, and they get away with it. They can't keep getting away with it, Shozen. This is good. The madness guys are getting whittled down. It does look like just for fun, and the respawn kings on the west are getting some meaningful damage off. The race cars are playing nice with these mini stuns as well. But this south flank is annoying me, honestly, because I'm bouncing around, and they literally have enough to come from all sides and crush them, right? You're gonna lose some people if you do it, but you will full wipe the enemy clothies. You just overrun them. But instead, these guys are more focused on checking bodies. Like literally, on one side of my screen, Arch are fighting the enemy. On the other side of my screen,
they're looting.
People in their same alliance are checking bodies. And that would frustrate the hell out of me, I'll be honest. And look at this. These guys, X-Arch are doing work here. X-Arch are the ones getting kills.
For sure. They're doing a lot of work.
Here comes the engage over the top. Okay, so the choppers, Dutch Elders come over the top, which is kind of awkward because now X-Arch can't continue the push. But they do get some pressure out there.
And why this game and Reject Party are pushing up over towards the northeast to get into, what is this, West Army from Arch? Nice collapse over there. Still waiting for the guys in Nemesis and X-Arch to regroup here and actually find a direction for attack. They really are kind of split here with this gorge.
The endless body checking is telling me.
There's a lot of body checking. If I was in the shot calling position of Arch, I would say if you're going to loot the bodies, throw away the trash. So the guy behind you doesn't think he needs to loot too.
I would like a QOL change, honestly, that if the only thing left on the body is trash,
it just trashes. Yeah, I agree.
It just disappears.
I agree, but that would really limit the Arch effect.
That would be a buff to
gameplay. Yeah,
that would be a buff to
Arch. Working as intended, Lewpac. Like I think it's intended gameplay for corpses to be on the ground and people to want to go look at them. You have to play smart and delete the corpses.
I've never seen a Zerg with so many ice block bloodletters.
It does look like Seed is running.
Bloodletters.
Seed is leaving the zone here. He is at the western gate now.
They don't want the meat grinder. They never commit when they have the overwhelming numbers. They wait till they get whittled down to an even fight, and then they decide to leave. Like, if you're going to play like that, just leave in the first place. Don't ever take the fight.
Oh no.
Nah, they decide, you know. We're here. We got to call it like we see it, Shozen. But that would be fun for Reject Party and the rest of the One Done guys. That was a fun fight, wasn't it?
It was a great fight. I really enjoyed it.
Their whole alliance is only 269 people, by the way. Like their whole alliance is not even the size of one full guild. And
they're bringing this?
An Arch couldn't take that out.
Well, I'm impressed with them. I'm just impressed with them. They're bringing it, these guys. I'm good on you. Good show. That's a high quality per player right there, Lewpac.
Yeah. Which we know.
Yeah, we know Arch doesn't really have that.
Maybe isn't the other way. Right, yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of log-offs from like the
They're
leads
all off
now.
I do see a couple of them still running around, but this is after they have come out of their chosen rest, I would say.
Yeah,
so I don't know if we're going to get any more content.
A head home situation. All of the territories have been taken as well.
They're actually off now.
Nothing real surprising on the territory front. Blue Army actually still has an outpost randomly.
Oh, Blue Army's still there.
They actually still have 141 members.
Those are people who are looking to
460 people.
Yeah, they're currently grabbing some stuff up and moving it around, and as you see, they're moving around to different guilds and stuff. There's a lot of them who are upset with the end of the season because they're like, we're breaking up the guild. That doesn't mean we're going away. Why is everybody saying we're going away? Yeah, so they're in a lot of other guilds. There's new guilds forming with Blue Army members. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. We already got to see a couple of the shot callers, such as John Koo out there fighting in these new, I don't want to necessarily call them all hype guilds yet.
Good
I think
news for
Broke
the
Boys
Daily
we can say
Show.
hype guild, but
Good news for the Daily Show though. Broke Boys took a tower, an arch tower in the middle of in the 1800 time zone.
well,
So
we'll get to see some content there tomorrow then.
there'll be some
Good on you,
interesting
Broke
stuff.
Boys.
I don't think it'll be launched on Monday, I believe.
Nope.
Like
Yeah, Monday's when that stuff starts, I believe.
yeah. But yeah, that looks like the 1800 or the EU invasion day is concluding then with we got some good fights in the end, some nice tower defense.
Certainly did,
but
yes.
we saw a lot of arch farming going on. I'll be honest. That tunnel fight was good. I was really surprised that Rang were allowed to breach that little bridge so easily. It was very, very timid from the One Done boys on that situation, but they redeemed themselves by farming a lot of arch under the tower. So I guess they'll be happy with that. You guys will be back later then for the NA reset.
Well, it'll just be me.
Robin.
Like you aren't going to be here. Bogul's not going to be here. The guys who are going to be there are me and Tazik and Robin Hooders. So
Oh yeah, so Tazik's on the 1s and 2s now for the NA, is he?
yeah, he's going to be doing the knobs and dials.
Bogle finally did what I did and was like, I can't do the NA anymore.
4 a.m. to bed
I know,
is a little
mate,
late.
and I used to nap for like 2 hours and I used to feel so crappy. I did it for
2 years.
2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah,
and I
almost
was
2.5 years. Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, just give it to
He did a great job, Lewpac.
Respect to Robin, because it's not Robin's time zone either, but
No, but he's a young buck. He doesn't have any of those kids to keep him up at 6 o'clock in the morning. He's just got to walk the dog once and then go back for a nap.
yeah. Oh wow, I jumped to Syndic and we get the I love this, by the way. PoE, like they queue up for their re-gears. It's great.
Beautiful. The line
It's
is
so,
the
like,
most organized thing in Albion.
As an Englishman, like, you know, I love a good bit of queuing.
You love a good queue, yeah.
I love a good queue, and I love that level of organization. So shout out to Syndic and his army of subjugates.
Oh, they
Right.
don't have a really long line right now.
No,
Usually
not
it's,
today.
it's
Well,
like
they didn't
leaning
really-
out the door.
They didn't really get a fight.
Right.
Again, like there wasn't a lot of fighting. These are probably just stragglers, but usually there is a big queue along the thing, which is funny to see. Right then, I think that will conclude us for the EU reset. The boys will be back bringing you all the action for the NA reset. Who is going to get what? Who is going to fight who? And will Arch finally commit to an engage?
Yeah.
Find out later on Albion TV. My name is Lewpac, and I will see you guys in the week on Wednesday, I believe, for a newbie show. Is the first one this week?
Yeah, we're gonna do the first one. You want to do them on Thursdays, right?
Thursdays. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Thursday
gonna do
night
them
for
on
the newbie show.
Thursdays.
And I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you for watching the EU reset and enjoy the beginning of the energy surge season.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna have
be
more invasion days, Lewpac. Another invasion day is right around the corner. I don't think we have
tomorrow,
to wait a full
tomorrow,
month.
isn't it? It's like tomorrow, the next invasion day. No,
hold
it's
on,
not
let
that
me look at
soon.
I'll get the dates for everybody while we have the time. We
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to go to
we'll
another
probably
show
just
right
say,
now.
okay, so we've got invasion. The next invasion is in 14 days, 2 weeks.
Okay, yep, it's
And
on
the next
October 9th.
invasion, the next invasion is 2 days, 2 weeks after that. So
And
we've got lots of invasions. Man, we're gonna be busy.
23rd.
We're gonna be busy.
Invasion every 2
Wow.
weeks. Oh boy. Now aren't you really glad you guys aren't doing those NA streams?
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild month, but also we're gonna get our first ever quad multiplier on point.
That's gonna be interesting.
We're gonna see castles being worth 2k again. We haven't seen castles worth 2,000 points since the old map, the Mercia days, the original Blue Army season. So it'll be fun to see. And all of the action will, of course, be covered here on Albion TV, whether it's GVGs, whether it's live ZVZ action or the 20v20s. Everything is here on on Albion TV. So make sure you follow the channel and check out the YouTube for those handy condensed highlights of anything you've missed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We are Albion TV, and we'll see you soon.
See you in a few hours, guys.